you know that today in 2017, women still make 78 cents to the dollar that men make? According to Internet.com, men make up 50.4% of the world and women make up 49.6% of the world. So that's a problem because that means that half of the world isn't making the same amount of money as the other half of the world. Today I'm going to be talking about feminism and why it's important to our society today. And I'm a woman, so I feel like this really applies to me because I feel the effects of this every single day. Many people think that feminism isn't really necessary or that we are at a place that's good and that's equal and that we're where we should be, but this isn't true because we still have so much more progress to make. I want to begin by talking about the origins of feminism and where it came from, where it was born. It came from the first women's conference in Seneca Falls in 1848, and it was born out of other issues going on at the time, such as the abolition of slavery and stuff like that. So they took huge stances on divorce, property rights. They took care of all the children, but for some reason, their husbands still had almost all the control in the world. So they started to talk about all these issues that were affecting all of their everyday lives. In the 1940s and 50s, when it's really started to expand and to grow, because in the 1940s, the men, a lot of them went off to war, and so they had to have their jobs taken over, and so the women stepped in for a huge part of the time and took over all the jobs. So unfortunately, when the men came home, the women lost all this freedom that they gained and then had to go back to where they'd been before. In 1955, there was other issues going on, such as the civil rights movement, and because of this, Rosa Parks made her big stance where she decided to not move from her seat on the bus, and this made huge advancements for the civil rights movement and for feminism. Next, into the 60s and 70s, into where we are now. In the 60s, women felt that they had no rights because they had no control over everything, and their husbands controlled all of the property, all of the money, and they weren't usually allowed to work. If they weren't making as much money. Betty Friedan was a woman who went to Smith College, and she went back to talk to her old peers, and she found out that so many of the women were incredibly unhappy, and so she wrote the book, The Feminine Mystique, which is known to spark the second wave of feminism because it finally addressed all of the issues that had never been talked about before, and that women were so unhappy and had no rights. According to Tavana.org, one of their biggest focuses was workplace inequality, because now women had the opportunity to go to work, but they were not given the same opportunities as their men counterparts, and they weren't given the same rights. Now feminism continues to evolve, but that doesn't mean that we haven't faced huge setbacks, such as Equal Rights Amendment not being passed, actually because other women were lobbying against it. So that set us back, but it also didn't stop it, and we continue to have momentum and to push forward and to be successful where we are today. To review what I was talking about, feminism is still incredibly important, and we need it so badly, and because it affects every single person in the world, not just half of our population. Just think about where we would be today in the world if we hadn't made any